Hello, my name is Jamie Lowe, and the Frankfurt Film Festival has attracted entries from about 44 countries all across the world, and I'm chatting to some of the people who have had a hand in creating some of our winning entries. And today I'm joined by Marion H. von Loewenstern, who was the producer of our winner of the narrative short category. Marion, great to have you here. So can you tell me quickly about the film, Marie-Luise?
Thank you very much, Jamie. Yes, what is the film about? Maybe it's about three people and their fate, a woman trapped in her childhood trauma, a wayward dreamer, and an unhappy actress mirrored in the chance encounter with each other. So a little bit more about the characters, maybe. Marie-Luise lives alone and withdrawn, is suspicious of everything new and unknown. However, she will eventually overcome her fears, which leads toward a friendship with her new neighbor, Eva Meyer. Eva Meyer herself is unsatisfied with the superficial side of her professional life as an actress. She has moved back from France to Germany, where her family is originally from, wanting to reconnect with her roots, and especially now that she fell very ill. Hector, another resident in the same house, is a frustrated poet with little success in life, and his only company is a hamster. He discovers his interest in Eva, but he's only rejected. His frustration, therefore, is growing, and he seeks to release that in his own very bizarre ways.
Indeed, indeed. Very incredibly bizarre for anyone who's seen the film. So was there anybody in particular that inspired these characters?
Well, Marie-Luise is based on a short story that I wrote some time ago. It sprang from the idea to depict people in extraordinary psychosocial context.
And what was the intention in telling this particular story? Because, like you say there, it came from a short film, but now it's a bigger piece of cinematography, let's call it art. What was the intention in bringing this story to life?
Yes, Jamie, actually, I think that we all have to deal with mental health issues in one or another way. So it's kind of part of a normal life, if you so wish. However, I tried to overexpose the characters in their weirdness and quirkiness, so it doesn't only have a bit of a frightening edge to it, but hopefully it borders at times a bit on elements of comedy as well.
I'd agree with that. The film really does have it all. You're sort of taken on this emotional roller coaster, let's say, and the characters are so intriguing that you're sort of drawn in. It's incredible that the film is actually as long as it is, because you feel like you've just been absorbed into this sort of housing block. But let's talk about the housing block, because that can't have been an easy sort of setting to film in. So tell me about your crew. Was it a large team that put this film together?
No, not at all, Jamie. Actually, we were a very small crew, just camera, light and sound. But they were all extremely committed and hardworking, and in addition, very flexible. So we had a fantastic working atmosphere, and crew and cast were unified in the challenges along the way and getting the results we were striving for.
So the actors are obviously a major part of the film, and a major part of getting a story told. You know, they're the vehicle to set out whatever you're trying to do with the story, with this narrative. And you ask a lot of your actors in some of the scenes. So tell me about the casting process. How did you find your actors and work with them to tell the story as you did?
Yes, I found Maria Magdefrau, Marie-Luise in the film, by internet search through her showreel. She was the face and character I was looking for. Actually, it's very hard to find in a world where female actors of a certain age are simply not present anymore or have had to undergo a lot of work to be still considered for a role, which on average, in my personal opinion, makes them all look alike, often with very little expressiveness. And the other two actors, as in Erwin de Boot and Klaus Heindl, I already knew from previous film work and mutual reading events.
So the other two actors, you knew, you understood their work, you knew how they played, but because Marie-Luise is such an important part of the film, this was someone that you had to get right.
Correct, yes.
And did you work with the actress to sort of, you know, fight?
Yes, absolutely.
You know, get the character right.
I did. Yes, absolutely. So yes, yeah.
And how did she respond? Sorry, we're going a little bit off piste here, but I think it's really interesting. How did the actress respond to, you know, the sort of inspiration that you were giving her to make her play Marie-Luise so truthfully?
Yes, well, she responded very well on one hand, and on the other hand, she had a little bit of her own ideas, which is only natural maybe, and it was very good. It was inspiring for both sides, and in the end, of course, she agreed to what Erwin de Boot, the director, how she wanted it, and but you know, it speaks for her. She is a character.
Yes. Definitely
also in
so.
real life, also in real life.
Do you know what? I could sense that. I sort of got that from the film. She does see, especially when the wine came out, I thought that's a little bit too truthful right there. So let's talk about Erwin because she played great in the film. You know, she's flip-flopping between fantastic fluent German, fantastic fluent French. Was that part of the character, or did she bring that to it? I mean, obviously, of course it was, because the character was moving back. Yeah. But was that something that Erwin can do anyway? Is she fluent in both French and German?
More or less, yes, she is. I mean, she is French by origin, so obviously she is fluent in French. And she's quite good in German too, yes.
Do you know what? I did French at school, and I was very proud of myself that I could pick up on certain things that she said.
Oh, great.
Without the subtitles, might I add. The subtitles are on the screen for international viewers. This is a film in the German and French language, as you've just heard, but subtitles are there. And speaking about the film and its length, as we've touched on before, you know, there's something in short films where they stay in a certain area of filmmaking. They sort of get stuck in festivals, and they don't often get distributed, and there's the same sort of attention that a feature might accrue. So why did you choose to tell this story in a short film format?
I am a short story writer and poet, so this format comes natural to me, and I also like the challenge to having to portray a character in a very limited time. You can't really develop the characters in this space of time, and often the story is not linear, but you know, you have to work with a lot of symbolism, which I really like, and also with unconventional images. So that's the challenge for me. It's my interest.
Yeah, and what were the particular, if you could pick out moments of symbolism within the film that really stand out and were effective, in your opinion?
Yeah, that's a good question. We have to cut that out.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Jamie, sorry.
No, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. So just touching on short films then as sort of an art form and a form of telling a narrative.
Yeah.
It's important to get more people engaging with short films, isn't it? So how do you think, as a short storyteller, are we going to do that?
Well, I think it's also a question of the industry as a whole, especially of distribution, and, you know, money talks. It's as simple as that, I think. Yes.
hopefully award helps, but money does do a lot of the talking where
Yes,
filmmaking
yes.
is concerned, because I mean it's not a cheap thing to do, is it? Putting a film together,
Absolutely not. Don't
getting
I
a
know,
cast.
don't I know? Yes. Yes.
And did you fund it personally, or did you
Yes, I
have?
funded it personally.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So you will know exactly how expensive filmmaking
True.
is indeed. So in that sense, then, what did you learn as a producer while creating this short film?
I learned that without a good team, there won't be a result, and that you have to have very good communicational and managerial skills, to unify cast and crew and everybody else on set to achieve a smooth and enjoyable working environment. And then in the end, it's incredibly satisfying if you have created something which is a film that you submit around the world to film festivals and gets recognition, as for example here at the Frankfurt Film Festival.
Indeed.
So I would say, teamwork makes the dream work.
It does, absolutely. That's a motto that I sort of live by myself. Now, are there any particular moments of this story that stand out for yourself?
Well, actually, the whole process, I must say, but I was extremely happy to be able to engage the actors that I wanted, as in Maria Frau, Erwin de Boot, and Klaus Heindl. To get that all together and to organize that and to terminate it is not an easy task. And it was great that it all worked out, and we had no major incidences. And forced breaks due to accidents or illnesses, so it all went really well, fantastic.
That's very lucky, actually. There's not a lot of shoots and sort of filmmaking processes which go so unscathed.
I do know, it's not my first film.
Oh, is it not? Okay, so are you proud of the finished product then?
Absolutely, Jamie, absolutely. An incredible experience, a wonderful experience.
Fantastic. So, you mentioned that you're a short story writer. It's not your first rodeo. Do you have any more upcoming projects that you'd like to tell us about?
Well, yes, I would like, this summer, I would like to realize another project, also based on one of my short stories. But as you know, one doesn't really want to talk about unfinished business yet. Maybe next year at the Frankfurt Film Festival.
Maybe indeed. So it's good to know that there is more coming from your short story catalogue, and congratulations again on winning your award.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you. It's much appreciated.
Oh, what was that? Was that the award?
This is the cup.
Oh, the green screen is blurring it out, so we can't actually see it. Oh, we saw it a little bit then. If you hold it in front of your face. There it is. There's the cup. Do you know, it's actually really cool to see all the stuff that the winners get, the little badge and the little trophy too.
Wonderful, yes.
Brilliant. Marion, thank you so much for speaking to me, and thank you so much at home for watching. Be sure to check out the Frankfurt Film Festival website for more details on all of our winners and, of course, their fantastic films.